Hi, I'm Jason Huett with Collaborative Commercial Business Brokers, and today I want to share with you one of the most common phrases that I hear my clients say on the selling side, that is. So if you are a business owner, you've been considering selling your business, exiting, maybe retiring or moving on to the next chapter of life, this one is for you. So the phrase that I want to share with you that I hear an awful lot is, this business has so much potential. I hear it often, almost from every single business owner that is selling. And I get it, because I myself am a business owner, and I've been an entrepreneur all my life. The business is like your baby. You started it in most cases from scratch. You put in those 12-hour, usually longer days, often working 6 or even 7 days a week. So this is a very emotional decision for most business owners. So let's break this down just a little bit. And this is why you don't ever want to say the business has so much potential to a buyer. And there's really 3 examples I'm going to use. In the example of a customer relationship management system, I hear this one a lot, and that is, we don't have a CRM. And if the new owner was to implement a CRM, we would see increased revenue and sales. That is 100% true. I've never seen a business implement a CRM and not see an improvement in their operations, their revenue, and their profit. I'm sure it exists out there somewhere, but I've never seen that happen. I want to translate that for you, and that is, when we say the business has so much potential, if you did X, in this case, if you deployed a CRM, what the buyer is hearing is not what you're saying. This is what they're hearing. If I purchase a CRM and I put the hundreds of hours of work into it, I will see a return. And so what the buyer does is they actually calculate that. They'll sit down and say, all right, my time's worth X dollars per hour. It's going to cost me $25,000 to implement the CRM. And as we all know, they can be complex software programs, so they do take a lot of time to deploy. Okay, so in another video, we'll talk about what to say, but one thing that you want to avoid if you are selling your business is, if you deployed a CRM, you would get X, because it represents a huge cost to a buyer. All right, let's move on. So the second one is marketing. A lot of businesses have really great word of mouth, which is fantastic. But many times when sellers say, we don't do any marketing, we're just word of mouth, what the buyer is hearing is, oh, there's not an established brand here, or the brand is only through word of mouth and referral customers, which I'm not going to have because I'm not the owner. It's code for the owner concentration or the owner influence in the business is likely too high. So again, just like the CRM statement saying that you have no marketing, even if that's the truth, coming out and saying that is likely to raise flags, red flags up in the mind of the buyer. And third, this is probably the most common phrase I hear attached to the business has so much potential, and that is, if we launch this product or we launch this service or expanded this service, the business would explode. And again, what a buyer is going to hear is, I've got to take the risk. So I have to invest additional money. Not only do I have to buy the business, but then I have to invest likely tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars into a new product and service line. And I have to take that risk myself. And so again, each one of these 3 things represents a negative. Really what you're saying to the buyer is, here's additional risk factors, and that could come in the form of investment and owner influence that's disproportionate. Okay, that's all for today. In another video, I'll cover how to replace those phrases so that you don't raise those flags in the minds of qualified buyers. Take care.